everybody, it's me, Susan Blackwell, and today I'm side by side one of my favorite Broadway rosebuds from the Roundabout Theater's production of Talley's Folly. Look, everybody, it's Danny Burstein. Hey, DB.
Hey, how's it going?
Tell our friends at home where we are today.
We are sitting in front of Grant's tomb, of all places, in Riverside Park.
But this is your normal hang, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You live in this neighborhood?
I live in this neighborhood and I walk along Riverside Park. I love it. It's my favorite park.
So if you're looking to stalk Danny Burstein, get into it at Grant's tomb. Your wife, the lovely Rebecca Luker, told me that you had some crazy story about something that happened at the basketball courts here.
Yeah, I was actually playing, it's funny you mentioned that, basketball, and one day against, it was 3-on-3, and one of the guys, it was a short Spanish guy, we were playing, and a gun fell out of his pocket while we were playing. And we all just stood there and went, what the hell?
Did you come back and play after that? Were you
sure.
Or then you were like, my knees hurt.
Well, you know what?
Your gun made my knees hurt. Tell me about 18-year-old Danny Burstein and Stephen Sondheim.
And Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
Well, when I was 18, I was cast in Merrily We Roll Along.
Sure. Like you do.
At Queens College. I was cast as Frank in Merrily We Roll Along, and I was having a hard time with the role. And so I asked, I was talking to my friend about it, how to work out this role, and he said, you know what you should do? You should write to Stephen Sondheim.
Sure.
Of course. So I wrote him this long, long letter with loads of questions, and within a week he wrote me back saying that all these questions would have to be answered in a letter the size of War and Peace. So listen, why don't you just call me, here's my number, and we'll try and set up a time where we can sit down and talk. And of course, while I called him, literally, I was like this, Mr. Sondheim.
Did you write down what you were going to say to him?
No.
Or just winging it?
No, I was just winging it. I was 18-year-old, I could do this. And
you
I'm
are
telling
balls
you,
out. 18-year-old you is balls out.
Could
Danny
not,
Burstein.
my voice was shaking. My balls were in my throat. That's what was happening. Finally, the day comes, the person who is his assistant sits me down in the downstairs area, this sort of living room area. She brings a huge carafe of cold white wine, sits
What
down.
time of day is this?
This was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
About 10 a.m. Get into it.
Exactly. 11 at night. And so we sat down, and for 3 hours, we sat down and talked about musical theater and talked about the show and how it came to be. And then, when about halfway through, we had finished pretty much talking about Merrily, and he said, anything, what do you want to know? Anything, what about somebody I worked with, or some show that I worked on, or what I'm working on now, what do you want to know? Just like that. He was so relaxed and so engaging and generous and so willing to open up to somebody who was wanting to learn. And I'll never forget that. That generosity.
I'll never forget it. It didn't even happen
back.
to me. Of all those Broadway shows that you have done, if you had to pick a favorite, which would you pick?
Gosh, that's really, really difficult.
I know. Sophie's Choice.
It truly is. One of my, the easiest one to say first is because it was the first for many of us in a big way, and that was Drowsy Chaperone.
Did you get up to a lot of shenanigans with that cast?
Well,
any onstage shenanigans?
Well, that would be Troy. And everybody who knows Troy will go, of course it was Troy.
What was his jam?
Well, it was his job to make you try and laugh on stage. Yeah, and one point we were singing behind Eddie Corbett. Mm-hmm. He would say, I'm the best man, and we'd all go, yes, George. Except Troy, who would go, I want to kill him with a machine gun. So one day we all decided actually not to say anything and let Troy's, whatever his made up line, his ad lib, let him say that out in the open. Just whatever he was going to say, and we were just going to be quiet, and all of us would go and let Troy shout out whatever he was going to shout out. So Eddie went and shouted, I'm the best man, am I? Whatever his line was, and Troy shouted out, snuff film! In the middle of a show. And of course, needless to say, we were all apoplectic. We couldn't talk at all because in the middle of the Drowsy Chaperone, Troy his eyes were like saucers, truly.
When you went into Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown,
yeah,
were you like, I'm not with any of these. Those ladies they'll chew a hole through you.
They're a wonderful, wonderful people.
Terrified?
No, terrified. Why would he be terrified? And if you can make Patti LuPone laugh, and you can make Sherry laugh.
What specifically do you have to do to make Patti LuPone laugh?
I don't know. She's very funny herself. Patti, Patti, I hope you don't feel bad about it. She flashed me backstage once.
Do tell.
Yeah, she did. She literally went before our curtain call one day. She went like
so
that.
just like waist up, like nudity from the waist up?
Yes. She went, yes. And
And?
you're beautiful, Patti.
Oh.
She is. I love you.
You're currently co-starring in the Roundabout Theater's production of Talley's Folly.
Yes, with the amazing
the
Sarah Paulson.
divine Sarah Paulson. I just want to make out with her face.
She is gorgeous.
Come on. And doing that show would suck if the other person was an asshole.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. We are very lucky, and we both, I was going to say thank our lucky stars. Who says that anymore?
Apparently,
but we
Danny
do.
Burstein.
Apparently, he does.
What is the most unprofessional thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
I was doing the Scottish play. For me, I was doing the Scottish play, and I walked off stage once because I was laughing so hard.
Because of what?
Because I was doing an ensemble guy. I had a small role, and one guy, an actor, he's passed away, is a great guy named Bill Verteber, who had a big Chinese meal between shows, and his line was something like, "My lord," he was talking to Duncan, "My lord, I hereby bring you this," and farted the loudest fart you've ever heard in your life. The audience was like, they gasped. It was horrible. And he stood there with a huge smile on his face, like, that's what I meant to do, And I completely lost it. And I was supposed to leave, like, half a page later, and I just turned around, started shaking, and made my way off.
That's my kind of Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's my kind of Shakespeare. I think Shakespeare would like that.
It's time to play cell phone roulette. Get out your iPhone, Danny Burstein.
What is cell phone roulette? I don't know.
You
what
ask,
this is.
here's how we play. We just take a spin through the camera roll, and wherever my finger lands, that's the picture you have to show us.
Oh God, I hope there's no porn in there.
Dick pics?
Yeah.
That's
not true. That was just kidding. I was just kidding.
This is for
kidding.
you, babe.
Yeah, well, please.
Open up the camera roll.
Okay, hold on. Photos.
How do you feel right now? Nervous or excited?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Good spin,
This is how you
whatever.
play.
I don't care.
Taking the spin, taking the spin, taking the spin. I choose this picture. What the hell is that?
That is a picture of Carl Glusman, who was Seth Numrich's understudy in Golden Boy, and they were testing out the makeup first on him because Seth was so busy on stage. So they wanted to see whether this particular makeup worked.
That is gruesome.
And it is gruesome and crazy and
I don't
weird.
want to look at that.
Yeah, I know.
Why did you make us pull up that picture?
Because actually Carl asked me to take a picture of him so he could send it, I think, to his mother. I'm not kidding.
Hey, Ma!
I know, look, I'm on Broadway.
I'm on Broadway. It's time for What the Danny Burstein. Here's how it goes.
Uh-oh, God.
You can make fart noises with your hands. What the Danny Burstein?
How do you know that? I don't know if I can. I think your hands usually have to be a little wet, but yes. You get that on the mic? Thank you.
I feel like I sense a theme trending on this interview, and that theme is farts.
I think so. Flatulence.
You love Steven Seagal movies? What the Danny Burstein?
How do you know that? Yes, it is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Are you
honestly,
kidding me?
When I hate them. That's the thing. I hate them. But when I'm watching them, I see them on TV, I cannot turn them off. His delivery on every line. What do you mean? All right, you go over there. It's so stupid. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But
you could buy and sell both of us.
Oh, I'm telling you.
So there you go.
He's fascinating.
You and your wife have matching tattoos. First of all, you have a tattoo at all?
Yeah, I've got
Danny
a couple.
Burstein.
I want to get another. I mean, anybody will tell you
You
who
have
has them.
tattoos?
Yeah, but they're.
I don't think of you as a tattoo guy.
You don't? Well, I don't know. Here, hold on. Let's see. I have a couple there.
And is this the match to your wife?
This is the one my wife has. This actually was a drawing that my son Zach did.
Aww.
Yeah, and so we put it on there, and she has one as well. I want to get another one either up here or down here.
Just complete the line?
Yeah, but I don't know. Bernadette said I shouldn't get one like that because she said if I get another one here, it'll look like an Argyle sock. So I don't know where to put it exactly.
Peters, everybody.
I don't know where to
Peters.
put it.
I think it's a great time for Susan's Fantasy Jukebox. You know how to play it. I got your nose. You can have your nose back, but
Okay.
first you have to sing me a song.
Give me that. Give me that. I'm 10 years old. I'm at the local duplex. The science fiction matinee at 2. I don't recall the movie, but the aliens were groovy, and I wondered how they make the actors blue. So when I get home, I fill the tub with fizzies. 30, 40 fizzies, purple grape. I soak for 7 hours. I get these funny streaks. They won't come off in showers. People laugh at me for weeks. But I knew, thought I knew, and at 10 that was a mighty heady brew. On my skin, in my hair. And I fell in love with research then and there. And I thought, check it out, I've locked into what my life is all about. And thus it didn't matter when they chuckled at my hue. I was 10, I was blue, and I knew.
You can have your nose back.
Thank you.
Oh, this has
Yay.
been another amazing episode of Side by Side by Susan Blackwell with Danny Burstein, who is, go check out Talley's Folly at the roundabout. Take the Lord elevator down to the center of the earth. Check it out. It's wonderful. And so are you.
Thank you. Oh my God, I survived.
Mwah.
Mwah.